Hey guys, Sci-Fi here. This video is to address some of the issues and questions people have had about the Excal and Viking board that just came out. And I'm going to talk about what the LEDs in the back mean and how to get your marker connected to the phone and some of that stuff. A lot of what I'm going to talk about also relates to the other open bolt markers like Shocker SFT and NXT and the Timmy, the Viking, and the Torque. So, start at the beginning here. On the Viking, some people had questions about what the LEDs in the back meant. When you turn on the marker, you'll see it fade on. So it fades on to green, and then it's going to blink every 2 seconds to show that the marker's on. And the color that it blinks means something. So it's blinking red right now. That means that it doesn't see anything in the breech. It doesn't see anything with the eye. So if I close the bolt, it will start blinking green because it thinks that it saw a ball drop into the chamber. Going back, when it's red, it doesn't see anything with the eye. You actually can't pull the trigger right now. Well, you can. It's not going to shoot because the eye isn't covered. It's going to operate more like some of the other newer styled boards on the market where the marker won't shoot if the eye isn't covered. When the eye is covered, it'll shoot, but since it's not seeing the eye cycle on and off as balls drop into the chamber, it's still going to blink red, and it's going to revert to your eye off rate of fire. So basically the eye is covered and it'll allow you to shoot, but it's not seeing balls drop, so it's going to shoot at the lower rate of fire. The only time it's going to blink at you green is when it is seeing balls drop into the chamber. It thinks everything's great. It's going to blink green, and you can shoot at your normal max rate of fire setting when the eyes are on. If I hold the trigger for 4 seconds, it'll turn yellow, and it's going to blink twice. That means the eyes are off. On a Shocker SFT, there's only a single color LED in the back of the grip frame, so it's going to blink twice. That's how you're going to know the eyes are off. It'll be the same color as normal, obviously, but 2 blinks means the eye is off. 1 blink means the eye is on. And if I hold the trigger for 4 seconds again, it'll blink green again. 1 blink means that the eye is on. So 1 red blink means the eye is on and it's not seeing what it's supposed to be seeing, and green blinks means that everything is fantastic. So the other thing I wanted to show you guys is how to boot into menu mode. There's a little bit of confusion, which is basically caused by the way I programmed it. So when you turn on the marker, you remember it fades, the light fades on to green. And when you turn on the marker and hold the trigger at the same time, it will fade on to green, and then it will enter menu mode, which is also green. So there's some trouble seeing when the marker is finished booting and it's gone into menu mode and you can release the trigger. And what happens if you hold the trigger for too long is it actually just goes back to regular firing mode. So yeah, I understand that it's confusing. I have the ability to change the colors and how it does that with a future update, but I'm not ready to do that just yet because it's a tremendous amount of work to put out an update, and I just put one out, and maybe I'll wait for some other possible issues to pop up, and then I will put out an update that fixes everything. Anyway, so booting to menu mode, you hold the trigger while it boots up. What you'll actually see is when it goes from booting to menu, you'll see the eye flicker a little bit, and then the brightness will go down. The menu mode is only at 70% brightness, so if you're looking close, you will be able to see a transition. And I'll show you that. I'm holding the trigger, turn on the marker, it fades on, and then it kind of blips a little bit, and I can let go of the trigger. Now I'm in menu mode. I should be able to connect my phone. Some people have reported that with the Excals and Vikings, you're not getting good connection. That's probably because the board is enclosed in a fully metal frame, the tray, and it's probably just not very good for a Bluetooth signal. So there's not a lot I can do about that. But if you get your phone nice and close, you should be able to connect. What I always tell people to do is go to your eye view, and you can see this chart. Right now it says that the eye is uncovered, and it shows me an actual reading that the eye is getting. When I push the bolt in, now it tells me the eye is covered, and the reading on the bar graph obviously changed. So you want to do that and make sure that it's showing you accurately when your eye is covered and uncovered. That is, especially on a Viking and Excal where you could get those wires crossed easily enough. Anyway, I hope that answers some questions for you guys. The new software basically. On all the boards, there's a RGB LED also. In most cases, the RGB LED does the same thing that we're seeing here on the Viking. If you have an open bolt marker, it'll blink red when there's a problem with the eye. It'll blink green when everything's great. It'll blink yellow when the eyes are off. But with the RGB LED, you can also navigate the menu mode, which I can't do from here because it only has 2 of the 3 colors. So remember when you're reading the manual that some of the steps are telling you what to do based off of the mounted RGB LED and not this external one. All right. Yeah, hope that helps. You guys stay safe. If you have any other questions, hit me on Facebook.